to my channel April Prarat. I'm Tushara. Today I'm gonna share with you my recipe for aloo gobi paratha. It's nothing but Indian flat bread with spicy potato and cauliflower stuffing. So let's see how it is done. In the first step, we will prepare the dough for the paratha. For that, here I have taken 2 cups of wheat flour, that is atta. To that I'll add half a teaspoon of salt, around a teaspoon of cooking oil. Here I have some hot water. You can take as much hot water that you can handle. So this gives very soft parathas. So we'll add little by little and start kneading the dough. I have prepared a soft dough like this. So for 2 cups of wheat flour, I used approximately 1 cup of water. We'll add few drops of oil on top of it, so that it prevents the dough from drying. For soft parathas, it's best to rest the dough for at least 30 minutes. I'm going to cover it with a wet kitchen towel and set it aside. While the dough is resting, we will prepare the aloo gobi stuffing. For that, I've taken here half a cup of finely chopped onions, a cup of finely chopped cauliflower. You may even pulse it in a mixer or food processor. A medium-sized potato which have boiled and peeled already. So the spices you're going to need are half a tablespoon of minced ginger, a tablespoon of minced garlic. You may take ginger and garlic paste as well. A teaspoon of cumin seeds or jeera, 1.5 teaspoons of garam masala powder, a teaspoon of coriander powder, half a teaspoon of red chili powder or asperger taste, a teaspoon of turmeric powder. So these are optional ingredients. Half a teaspoon of crushed fennel seeds or saunf. It gives a very nice flavor. And a teaspoon of amchur, that is dry mango powder. So instead of this, you may add lime juice as well, and around a tablespoon of finely chopped green chilies. That's optional. To cook the stuffing, here I have around 1.5 tablespoons of oil heating up. So once the oil has heated, we'll add the cumin seeds and let them splutter. Next, we'll add the onions, half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll saute the onions until they slightly change the color. Once the onions have slightly softened, we'll add the ginger and garlic and continue sauteing till the raw smell is gone. So once the raw smell of ginger and garlic is gone, we'll add the cauliflower and we'll saute it on medium to high for about 2 to 3 minutes. It's been about 3 minutes and the cauliflower has softened very well. So if you find that it is sticking to the bottom, you may add a few drops of water, around a tablespoon. So now we'll reduce the heat to a minimum, add all the spices and quickly saute for a few seconds. Make sure that the raw smell of spices is gone. Finally, we'll add the potatoes. I've mashed it up very well using a fork. We'll also add some salt to taste and we'll mix the potatoes really well with the remaining ingredients. Switch off the stove. At this stage, you may add finely chopped coriander leaves as well. So the dough has been resting for about 30 minutes. So we'll now knead it once again for a minute. So we'll pinch off a lime-sized portion of the dough, roll it into a smooth ball, and we'll dust it with some loose flour to prevent it from sticking. And also on the working surface, we'll add some loose flour. We'll now roll the paratha into a small disc. While rolling, we'll make sure that the center surface is a little thicker than the sides. So this way, we need to roll out a small disc. It is thicker at the center and thinner at the edges. Onto this, we'll place the stuffing, 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of it. So before that, make sure that it is cooled down to room temperature. Now we'll bring the sides to the center, just like so. And we'll pinch together the edges. Put some pressure to seal it completely. And if there is some extra dough, we'll just pinch it off. And add a little more loose flour and slightly flatten it. You can either flatten it with your fingers just like this or just use a rolling pin, but make sure not to apply pressure. Just roll it very gently or else the stuffing will leak out. So this is how the paratha looks after rolling out. So it is around 2 to 3 millimeter thick. We'll now cook the paratha. Here I have a pan heating on low to medium heat. Onto that, we'll add few drops of oil, butter or ghee. You may skip the oil if you want a healthier version, but make sure to use a non-stick pan. So the paratha has been cooking for a few seconds on low to medium heat. So once you see that the top surface has dried a little, we just turn it around like this to cook it evenly on all surfaces. Using a kitchen towel, I'll just gently press it. So once you see that the bottom surface is cooked, We'll add few drops of oil or ghee on top surface and flip it. It has nicely cooked with some golden brown spots on the top. So we'll now gently press it down with the spatula so that it cooks evenly. So once the lower surface has also cooked, we'll apply some oil on top or ghee or butter. Alright, the parathas are ready to be served. With the measurements I showed you, you can make around 10 parathas depending on the size. They are extremely soft. The filling is on the spicier side. You may alter the amount of spices depending on your taste and preference. You may serve it as such because they are really flavorful, or you may serve it with your favorite chutney, dip or curries, or just with some butter or yogurt. So that was my recipe for aloo gobi paratha. Do give it a try and post your feedback. It's a very nice breakfast or lunchbox recipe. You can even have it for lunch or dinner. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the bell icon next to the red subscribe button so that you get notifications as soon as I upload a new video. Until next time, it's bye from me. Thanks for watching.